Yo, yo, checking in, just making sure everything's transmitting. I think everything's going. I think everything's moving. How's everybody doing out there? Hopefully, you're doing okay. I know I didn't pick the best day. I didn't pick the best day. NBA Finals going on right now. I'm the one who picked the time. I wasn't paying attention, but I got to go with it, right? This is how we chose. This is what we're going to do. This is what's happening. How is the weather out there? What's going on? It is hot, man. Make sure you take care of your people. Make sure you find out what's going on with your elderly and whatnot in the community. Your family or friends. Make sure you're checking in on them, man. It is hot in many places around the country. But what we wanted to do is we wanted to get into something that's it's an interesting topic. It's something it's everywhere, right? So art imitates life. So it's not just Marvel Strike Force. This is something that happens everywhere. So as a result, we know that it is indeed happening in Marvel Strike Force. And we have a few examples to show you really what's going on. But it's a difficulty, it's a problem, it's insidious. It most likely has touched everybody. If not, your time is coming. So what is it exactly that we're talking about today? Well, I wasn't able to really boil it down into one word or phrase. Hey, we got Harrison checking in. 105. Woo, brother. Are you in the South? He must be in the South. Mm. Yeah, man. That's rough. That's rough. So we weren't able to really boil it down to one word, but we'll throw out a couple phrases and see if we can string something together. So what if I say mentorship? What if I say veteran leadership? Right? What if I say tenured players? Because the game's been out for 7 years now. And some of those individuals that have started from the beginning, I mean, it's obvious that some of those individuals over time are going to leave and go and do other things. That's just life, right? So then transmission of knowledge, how do you pass on the information so that the people coming behind you have good, accurate, and adequate information? Because without it, you start having problems, especially in today's age, right? Everything is really quick, easy to get a hold of. We got these little TikTok shorts and reels and stuff like that. We get all this information 30 seconds or less. And that's usually not how learning takes place. That's not how you transmit knowledge, right? It's good for passing on fun facts, but that's not how you pass on knowledge. So as a result, there's problems, there's decay. You get stuff that starts creeping in that may or may not be good. So how do we combat that? The only way we can combat that is we need veteran leadership. We need individuals in the community who are tenured, who have some time, if you have some experience, to share that to help ward off some of these negativities, these other activities that are coming into the game that make it difficult to concentrate. They're just noise, they're just background, and they make it difficult to concentrate with the real and actual problems at hand. Well, how do we know this? Well, we have a couple of examples. We have 3 areas of the game that we're going to demonstrate problems that we saw perhaps recently, just within the past day or two, just in the past week or two, definitely within the past month. Things that came into the game, they harm the community, and it just demonstrates that we need more mature players, veteran players, individuals to pass on good information to help ward off some of that weird, clickbaity, false information. Well, what are we talking about? Well, the first area you want to look at is our alliances. So in here, we have 2 separate examples of alliances that I saw with my own eyes have difficulties over the past month. Well, let's see what happened. On the one side, we're going to be talking about a new player experience, right? This is a new player alliance. So my new player account is in the Motivation Alliance and the No Cap cluster. So it's Motivation, No Cap. So inside the No Cap cluster, every year I start a new alliance for new people to kind of help get people trained up to teach people the game. And obviously, I want to see the progression. What is it like still from the perspective of a new player? We filled that alliance up. They started a second new player alliance, AV2. That alliance filled up. They started a third new player alliance, Elite Red. That alliance filled up. Okay. So new people are coming to the game. And it looks like in droves because every time we open a new alliance, we fill it with no problem at all. However, we then had to start turning people away. Why? Because we didn't have anybody else who wanted to be an alliance leader, right? So we're trying to hold our hand out, right? I tell them personally, listen, I will help you. I will coach you. I can't really play 3 accounts, but I do have another baby account that, right, because I start one every year. So I have another old one sitting out there somewhere that I can find and use, and I'll help you. I get it. It's a time consuming thing. It can be a commitment. Individuals aren't sure if they want to commit to that. They definitely want to leave out of their introductory alliance and get into a more organized alliance, which is good, which is great. But they're not sure if they want to increase that commitment, which I understand. Playing at a casual level, I want to assure you, unless you're trying to be like one of the best alliances in the game, playing at a casual level, being an alliance leader is not very difficult. Again, we'll help you. Come on over to the No Cap Cluster. Links in the description. It's always in the description. Let's talk about it. We're always in need of new player alliances. And if there's people that are willing to step into those shoes, we want to definitely help you do that. Because, like I said, now we're turning people away. So what that does is it means less real spaces for people to play. People are starting out in those starter alliances, which are not made, right? The alliance that they put you in the beginning of the game, that's just a bunch of letters and numbers. Those computer generated alliances I don't even think they can unlock some of the higher alliance settings in the game. I don't know if they can or they can't. But if we can get you into a regular alliance, we can help fix that. We can get people trained up. People can learn how to play the game the right way. Interestingly enough, on the other side of the coin, we have a tenured alliance full of endgame players that recently dissolved. It just recently broke up. Why? Was it because people were angry about overpower, or are they angry about something that Scopely did? No, not that at all. The alliance leader is simply done playing the game. He just wants to stop. He's been playing for a couple years. He's been the alliance leader for a couple years. He wants to go on and do something else, right? And like you always hear us say, real life is real, man. You got to go live it. It's okay. Time is important, right? Our time outside of divine intervention, your time is not unlimited, right? So if you want to go do something else, it's summertime, you want to go, engage in some summer hobbies. People are getting married, people are graduating, people are traveling. If that's what you want to do, you should go do that for sure. He was done. He wanted to go do something else, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. The alliance was full, but nobody wanted to be the alliance. Nobody wanted to step into that role. Nobody wanted to take over leadership of the alliance. And because nobody wanted to take over leadership of an alliance, an established endgame alliance with people that play, the alliance dissolved. So once again, the import there is we need individuals to step forward in the community. I get it. We don't want to invest more time. We don't want to invest more money. And again, unless you're trying, I'm trying to reassure people, unless you're trying to play the game at the highest competitive level, you don't really have to do that. If you just need help, we can help you. We can help you. Right? You come to the No Cap Cluster, we'll help you there. There's other people that'll help. We'll figure out the recruiting. Right? It's a two-way street. We'll help each other. We'll figure out the recruiting. We'll keep members coming in. There's people coming back to the game. Go look at the Marvel Strike Force Discord, the main Marvel Strike Force Discord, and just scroll down there to people looking for alliances. It's surprising. People say the game's dying. Bro, there's people looking for alliances. There are people returning to the game. There's big accounts returning to the game. Right? So I know every year or every week, it seems, we listen to people that scream and holler about how bad the game is, but there's people that are playing the game. There's people that want to play. We can't worry about those naysayers and Nancy's and all that. We can't listen to negative Nathan and all that stuff. We can't do that. But if we want the game to continue, somebody has to help these individuals get back on track. We have to teach them the right way how to play the game. So we have to transfer that knowledge. It doesn't require a significant investment. Just a little bit of time, just a little bit of opportunity. You see a person ask a question, perhaps in a Discord, and you got negative Nathan over here that says, uninstall, quit the game. Like, just give them the answer that they need. Don't argue it, Nathan. Just give them the answer that they need. Give them a nice, safe place. Tell them about, maybe if you're in Alliance Cluster or you're just a cat that likes to talk about the game, give them a spot to talk about it. So if they enjoy the hobby, then they'll stay. Now, what other problems did we see recently inside of Marvel Strike Force? Well, It had to do with the economy. It had to do with the economy. And what happened? Well, because you're dealing with social media and people just want views and clicks, people always they want to go viral. They want to go viral. So they're just spitting out information, trying to go viral, not really considering what they're saying or if this information is actually something that's good for the community. So what happened? What happened with the economy recently? Well, we had an adjustment, right? There are now a new store, right? A chapter store. We're calling it Intel for this particular chapter. So there's this Intel store and it has all these goodies in it, like Gear Tier 20. There's new character shards in there. Characters are popping up in there faster than ever before. And they're adjusting it. They're making adjustments to it, right? It's brand new. It's an experiment. They're making adjustments to it. So we're seeing different ways things could happen in the game. And I'm sure as we go on in the weeks and months ahead, there's going to be more adjustments because they're still figuring it out. It's new. But with the introduction of the new store, the chapter store, the Intel store, we now revamped the older stores, right? They took all the legacy currency for the most part, mashed it together, and now we have shop credits. So now we have shop credits. Well, what are we supposed to do with those shop credits? Well, unfortunately, some people got bad information, right? Some people got bad information. Some people were told, you know what you should do? You should take all those shop credits and turn them into blitz orbs so you can get all this gold. You can get gold, you can get all this gold, and you can get these characters. But that's unwise. It's unwise. And we had individuals in the community that said, hey, now wait, that's unwise. We're not sure how the economy works yet. Where are we supposed to get shop credits? I don't know where we're supposed to get shop credits. I don't know. So if you don't know, right? If you don't know where they're supposed to come from, why would somebody tell somebody else to use them all? If the person doesn't know, why would they tell somebody else to use them all? See, it's just like, right? It's just like that kid in the candy store. Just like the kid in the candy store mentality for some of our oldest ones. Or maybe some of our younger ones out there, right? What happens? You get those V-Bucks. I need more V-Bucks. I mean V-Bucks. Mom, Dad, Mom, I'm out of V-Bucks, right? That electronic currency. And the kid doesn't understand that it's equivalent to real money. They just think that they're supposed to get more and more and more. And that's not how it works, right? Let's say you go to a job and they pay you some like you knew what you were supposed to get for the year, and they hand you this giant chunk of money. You should probably find out, like, what is this? Is this my weekly salary? Is this my bi-weekly salary? Is this is this a monthly salary? Is this for the quarter? Like, what is this, right? You want to know how often this is supposed to be showing up. And if you don't know, you can't go spend it. You can't. And we can't have people saying things like that, telling people to just spend all of their currency. We got economy hack. We got a quick hack that'll make you rich in Marvel Strike Force. That's not how it works. And people gave out bad advice. And now we have members of the community that don't have what they need. They don't have the currency because we're listening to people and not listening to the mature members of the community. The mature members of the community need to intervene on things like that and push back, say, hey, no. And we saw some people do it. Right? Big Positive Geek. I was watching a Big Positive Geek video and he was like, hey, I don't know about this. Right? He was like, I kind of disagree. With this, he said. Anybody who asked me was like, I don't know, man. Like, we don't know how it works yet. So we got to wait and see. Because now there's going to be a problem. Scopely, because if you don't know, everything in the economy is put together. They assume that you're going to get about this much stuff, right? Give or take a little bit. They assume that you're going to get this much stuff. And that's how you're going to be building your account, depending on where you're at in the game. Here's the free to play chunk. And as you spend money, the chunks get bigger, right? So they gave us all 2 million, I think, of the shop credits. And it looks like as you progress as a new player, at a certain point, they're just going to give you 2 million. That's what happened, I believe, to Mobile Gamer. And I think that's what happened to Big Positive Geek, that they were building their account and all of a sudden, boom, you got 2 million in your box. So it looks like that's something that's just going to happen. How do we get more? I don't know. And since we don't know, we got to figure out what the economy looks like, because they're probably not just going to give us a bunch more, because does that make sense? They calibrate the economy for this. Like, this is what you're supposed to get. And if we give you more, it messes up the economy, because they wouldn't just give you more. They're going to have to give everybody more. And so usually that means they have to take it from somewhere else. That's usually how these things go. If there's a mistake that's made with the economy and they have to give it to everybody, that usually means, right, we get it right now, but that usually means they take it away from something else later. Is how it works. So we'll have to see how this is going to turn out. So we got Harrison. He's back in. He says it's ridiculously difficult to get shop credits because you can barely make any of them back. Yeah. Yes. And we don't have a method to do that just yet. So it's tough. I don't know what people are going to do. And I don't know what Scopely is going to do. Because once again, it's part of the economy. You know? BPG. No, this is Zero Clue Gamer. ZKG. I got my acronyms wrong. We got ZKG. What's up, brother? You spread it live. What's up, brother? Appreciate you. Anybody joining from the ZKG crew, thank you very much for taking a minute of your time during the NBA playoffs to see what's going on over here. Fly, we appreciate you, brother. We appreciate you. We're trying, man. We're trying. We're trying. He said it's a great analysis. So the economy, so that portion of the economy, it's something that we're going to need to keep an eye on. We're not sure how it works. They're continuing to make adjustments with the Intel store. My assumption is there's still going to be adjustments with the legacy store. We don't know yet. We're going to have to see how it goes as the age of Annihilus continues. It's a new thing for all of us. So we have to see how it goes. So the third point that we really want to dive into here is characters. It's related to the last one a little bit. Characters. This has always been a difficult item for me. I've always struggled with the thing about the characters, because there's a lot of characters in Marvel Strike Force. There's tons of characters. There's over 300 characters in Marvel Strike Force. But the way the game works is only the more recent characters, for the most part, are the ones that you want to be investing in. The more recent probably should take priority. Probably should take priority over everything else. Trying to catch up is not possible. You want to try to get in as recent as possible. And then if you're going to go back, you need to go back and grab the stuff that's actually going to help you. So the way I always thought about the philosophy of the game is Arena, for example, you're going to have one team. So Arena is one team. Raids, mainline raids right now take 5 teams, not including the spotlight and whatnot. Not including the spotlight. So the mainline raid takes 5 teams, a chaotic storm at this point. Cosmic Crucible, if you're all on offense, you're now at 6 teams. Alliance War, you're at 10 teams. If you're going to start playing defense in Crucible, assuming you one-shot everything and you put a defensing team in every room, that's 12 teams. And then same thing now, if you're in the realm of defense in Alliance War, that's 20 teams. Okay? 20 teams. And Alliance War usually reaches back like 3 years. The reason why we're bringing this up is because if it's not one of the top 20 teams in the game, you definitely should not be building it. And you should be building from the front. You should be building from the front. Early in the game, especially, it appears that you have the resources to do all this stuff, that you can build all these things and you can get these characters and they're handing you characters all the time, which is great. But that doesn't mean that the economy supports investing in all those characters. And so, related to the economy part, people were saying, hey, you'll get all these blitz characters, all these blitz orbs if you use all your shop credits. Or you should buy this person to buy that person to buy this person with your shop credits. You can't do that. If we listen to people that are actually playing the game at the new player level, that especially people that have some experience, like I'm always going to tell you not to do that because the economy doesn't support you building all those characters. So we got Big Positive Geek and Rage Gaming, who they put out a kind of an economy video every month. And usually you have enough stuff on the end game side of the economy. So if you're looking, this is how the game is taking you. This is a trajectory to where the game is taking you. On the end game side, you have enough stuff to usually build the characters that they give you in that last patch. And or we will say the next patch, depending on how you want to look at it. And maybe one or two other characters. So you're building whatever the new team is, and then you have enough stuff to reach back to get one or two characters. That's how the game economy works. If you want more than that, it costs money. We don't have the ability to just go back and build all these characters. So at the end game, if you're getting to the end game, what should you be doing with that? Should you be going back and just building old characters just for the sake of building it? No. You probably want to invest in the strongest characters you can get your hands on. Those are usually going to be the mythic characters, epic characters, legendary characters, right? So you think about Odin. If you've unlocked Odin, we're at level 105 now. And so let's just say 6 months from now, we have a new level cap and it goes up to level 110. Who are you going to bring up to level 110? Probably whoever the newest team is when that happens. And then if you have extra, you're going to go back and build up the strongest character that you have at that time in a game. So maybe that's Odin. Maybe by 6 months from now, it'll be Professor X, right? Those are the type of characters that you're going to need to build up and bring with you. That's who those that extra currency is for. To reach back and build those strongest characters, those plug and play characters that are going to do the most good for your account in all game modes. If we're newer players and we don't have those characters, then you should reach back and build up the newest raid team. You reach back and build up the newest raid team. Now, the reason why I would say the newest raid team is because raids is I know it's not awesome, but that's where you're planting your seeds. That's where you're getting your crops. That's where you're manufacturing the stuff for your account to grow. That's where you get your gear and stuff like that. And you want to build those teams up. And once those teams are at max level, then you can go and look for some of the other characters we just talked about there, right? Some of the mythics, legendaries, things like that, characters that you're bringing forward with you in your account as your account grows. So we shouldn't reach back to get, so I struggle with that. So people were saying in some of the conversations that we were having, they were, encouraging people to build the horseman to get Apocalypse. And I know Apocalypse is strong, but I would urge caution. The 4 horseman characters by themselves, that's 4 characters that you're probably not using. So to get Apocalypse, I don't know. I don't know what the trade-off there is. Apocalypse is strong. It's not that he's a bad character, but do I invest in 4 people that I'm not going to use? That's a whole team for the most part, right? That's a team. So it's just something to think about. Okay. Liquidating your shop credits all on the Blitz store. That was inappropriate, right? For people to say that, that's inappropriate. Why? Because teams, when they give you teams free to play, they disperse the members through different parts of the game. There are usually a couple different members throughout the stores. Maybe they put one in a node. So 1 out of the 5 characters for that team is going to be in the Blitz store. 1. You're only going to get 1 out of 5 members of the team. And then you don't have any credits to buy their gear. You don't have credits to buy the rest of the team. So that's why we pushed back so hard on the individuals that were saying this, because some people just want views and clicks. They just want views and clicks. They don't actually care. They say they care about the community, but they just care about views and clicks. And that's the world that we live in today. We got to keep that in mind. It's hard. It's a hard lesson. The world we live in today, man, people just say whatever because they want to be number one on Reddit. They want to be number one. They want to get the views. They want to be on Twitch. They want to get the thumbs up. They want to get the likes, shares, and subscribes. And some people prize that more than actually giving out good information. So I would always encourage people to build the newest characters. And then you work backwards from there. If you're new, you want to establish your raid teams. If you're a more established player, then you go back and get those epics, those mythics, those legendary characters of whoever's the biggest, baddest, the strongest one that you have. And you bring all of them forward first before you move on to something else. We got some nice information. I was doing a lot of talking. We got some nice information from the community. So let's see what's going on. Let's see what I'm missing. We got Harrison. He was back in. Harrison said, you can get some credits from 1-1. Talking shop credits. You can get some credits from nodes 1-1 of Thunderbolt and the Accursed campaign. But after those go away, literally, there is no way to get more credits. He speaks the truth. So I'm going to assume that from now on, that 1-1 on whichever team comes out is going to have those shop credits. But still, I mean, it's a lot. Right? I mean, farming that every day when you could be farming training materials or something like that. Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how it goes. We'll have to see how it goes. Fly High 54. Fly High 54. That's a great avatar picture there. You can use Intel to buy shop credits, but not worth spending the Intel on it. In the War Store, you only get 2K per buy. I got to think about that. I didn't know you could buy them in the War Store. I don't go down that far. I'll have to take a look at that. But yeah, don't use your Intel. Don't use your new currency. For newer players, I'm going to say character shards are far more important, in my opinion, than buying more shop credits. So just using the credits to get your new characters up faster. Use the Intel to get the character shards for the new, let me specify, for the newer characters to get them up faster. We're going 8 teams in Crucible. 8 rooms. You want more rooms? You want Crucible to get bigger? I think he's asking for more rooms. Are we asking for more rooms, Fly Eye? Are we asking for more rooms? Jason Warner. Streamers want clicks and subscribers. This is an internet problem and not an MSF problem, and it will never change, period. Hey, man, that's what we talk about on this channel, though, brother, because art imitates life. You're 100% correct. Art imitates life, but we talk about the realness of things, right? We talk about the realness of things. I agree. It's not just the Marvel Strike Force problem. It's just a problem. It's the world we live in, man. I don't know how old you are, Jason. I grew up in the pre-internet world. I grew up in the pre-internet world. We weren't worried about what people were saying on social media. And then one day, this cat invented this thing called Facebook, man. And well, before that, there was other chat rooms and things like that. But that guy was probably one of the first to Zuckerberg, like, to monetize internet action and reaction. And they're going from there. But no, I mean, you're 100% right. But art imitates life. That's what we do. We try to talk about that a lot. If it's happening in the real world, or if it's happening in Marvel Strike Force, it's vice versa, right? The people, because people are the same. People are the same. So when we have individuals that are upset and they want stuff for free, it's because people in life believe that they're entitled to things that they didn't work for. It's a weird, right? Because you can just say it because it's the internet. But it's really a weird thing when you sit down and try to conversate with somebody and they believe that they deserve this reward for something they didn't do, right? So we see that in real life. Unfortunately we see it then in the game. It's just one of those things. So Fly High, he says, yes, they're at the bottom. Scroll to the bottom of the war store and you will see the shop credits. Well, I might take a peek real quick. I don't know nothing about that. And he says he wants more rooms in Cosmic Crucible. Well, hey, we always appreciate everybody showing up on the channel. Find out who's going to win the championship here in basketball shortly. But I'm just want to urge the community to do what you can. Okay. We got our closing point. Be a mentor in some way, shape, or form, right? We're not asking for an overinvestment in time and commitment. Again, art imitates life. So this is real life too. There's people coming behind you in life that need assistance understanding how the world works. And they need good people to help them do that. So again, in the game, give good advice. There is, right, you can come over to the No Cap Cluster. If you need assistance as an alliance, we'll help you figure that out. You can always hit me up in a Discord. I got my own Discord. There's a main Marvel Strike Force Discord. If you have questions about the game, if you got new player questions, let's talk about stuff. There is a Discord, right? I'm not saying you have to do this, but I'm just showing you what people are doing. I believe it's called the Sacred Timeline. In part of what they do there, they are literally teaching people how to play the game. And when I mean like teaching people, I'm talking about like, right, crawl, walk, run, right? The teaching method, crawl, walk, run. So they start out holding people's hand and they're showing people, no, this is arena. This is an arena team, right? Well, yeah, that guy's strong, but he's not going to work with the team. All right. So there's people they're literally teaching. It's a commitment. It's a commitment. They're literally teaching people how to play the game because they don't want any of the noise there. They don't want any of the noise there. They don't want to be talking to somebody and somebody jumps in with some nonsense about something that doesn't even matter, screaming and hollering about something that Scopely did or didn't do, or the creator so-and-so said. Like, that's not the place to teach. Or that's not the place for that when you're trying to teach, you know? What do we got? We got John. John. I don't have it. My ethnicity is not enough, bro. Sebastian DeLorme. I love the avatar though. Wildcats, great cats are wonderful. New player, 30 days in. Outstanding, bro. 30 days in. It does take a lot of time to unlock Thunderbolts Vigilantes with the Intel store. I haven't unlocked both teams yet. Now I got to worry about the Accursed squad now too. Yeah, man. So you're up against what's happening. You're up against what's going on. So I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not messing with the Accursed because I don't like demons. So I'm skipping them, but that's just a me thing. So what I would say to you is build a new team. So in this case, that's going to be the Accursed. Go after that. However, the game is giving them to you free to play. I don't know if we're still in the free to play Thunderbolt section. I don't think we started a free to play with the Accursed. So you're kind of in a weird spot in the game. So whatever the game is like going to give you between those two teams, they'll probably those three teams, Vigilantes, Thunderbolts, just take whatever the game gives you. And then when the Accursed, you just keep building your roster. It'll grow. When the Accursed start making it in the free to play side of thing, you just go after them hard. And in reality, what's going to happen is even that team, you're going to outgrow it relatively quickly. So it'll be the team after that. Probably when you get that 3 months in, 4 months in is when you're kind of going to be at like level 90. That's how long it took me. It took me about 4 months to hit level 90. And then the game slows down a little bit, if I'm making sense. So just take whatever the game gives you now, go in hard on the next team. But in reality, if I'm making sense, the team after that will be your first like real end game team. That'll be strong. You just keep building from there. But yeah, man. No, I get it. Hopefully you're enjoying the game, bro. Hopefully you're enjoying the game. I got doggies coming in to get me. Got doggies coming in to check on me. I told him I was just going to be a couple minutes. We got Kizzy D Dog here. You see, you're moving. If she makes it over to the bed, I don't know. She's thinking about it. But hey, it's hot out there, y'all. It's hot out there. Take care of yourself and your family. Make sure you check in on your elderly and your loved ones in the community, right? The sick. There's people that might not have what they need in the heat waves like this. So make sure you take care of them. King Cygnus, he's punching in. I'm about to punch out, bro. But King Cygnus is in the house. It's a good dude. We love you, brother. Make sure you take care of yourself and your family. Let's find out who's going to win these finals. Peace. I got to hit it twice, I guess.